What's up, guys? And we are back here again in FSL PUBG M Open. Again, I am Sis Jenny, and with me is Toast Talks. Remember, those of you who are tuned in, remember to give this stream a follow, like, and share because as much as I need you, you need me and us. I mean, all of us. So, anyway, I want to give a shout out to this event. It's heavily supported by Intel and Yahoo, and also the behind the scenes gang. The production team has been doing an awesome job, and of course the hosts, the organizers over there opening the rooms. I don't know where they are because it's COVID. We are at home. You know what? Enough of chitty chatter. I will pass this callboard to Toast.
So after two games, Victim Reaper will secure top spot with 44 points, dethroning Bellatron Ace in second position. Alter Ego Dion falls into third with just 30 points. Revenger Thea, on the other hand, is still in fourth with 29, just 1 point separating Alter Ego and Revenger Thea. I have to say, Sis Jenny, it is quite a very close battle compared to the group stages. Onyx Glory ending up in second place, I believe, in game number 2. They are in fifth with 18 points. Velda's Lady Streamer in sixth with 17 points. Monochrome Lit in seventh with 15. FGID Black Swan in eighth with 13 points. And very far below, nearly half of the points, Dewa United Grizel in ninth with 7 points. And Revenger Blood Rain in 10th with 6. So Dewa United and Dewa United as well as Revenger Blood Rain, they need to get back into this game, and we just are gonna hope that they will do so in game number 3.
Yes, pretty much. They need to. Actually, a lot of teams. We are seeing the
Mhm,
one that is below number 10 until number 16. A lot
mhm,
of work need to be done, especially kill points need to be executed right now because, again, we only
agree.
have 5 match. The bigger matches will happen after Sandhawk. We have a double Sandhawk, if I'm not mistaken, which is another one. So, when it's Sandhawk, it's not easy to get kill points unless
Definitely.
you get a beautiful zone cover circling
Mhm.
into like the peaks of or the summit of Hatin earlier. If you don't get that, then it's not easy to get kills. But then again, we're gonna see how some teams they were like, okay, I warm up already. I'm ready to go for the next few rounds. So sometimes you will see a big difference after the third round, especially the second round in Sandhawk. Um, Anyways, I do want to ask you guys, are you still betting for your team, or you have suddenly like, oh my god, I've grown
Hope
into
so.
a different interest into a different team? It's totally fine because, like I said, today you see a lot of execution. Different tactics was being executed beautifully from different teams, and the meta of the game inherited from this team to that team. They studied teams that was taking the lead initially. If you realize, like what I mentioned yesterday, they studied Bellatron, and they moved out from bootcamp. So you see, the traits are there, and it's being carried. This is again the meta of pro players. They will use this, and this is how they are up there in countries, and also they carry the titles everywhere they go. So if you are aspiring pro player, you want to be like them, this is where you start. Tips from Sis
And
Jenny.
I have to agree, and we've got to point out onto Bellatron dropping in to boot camp, right? So we've seen them dropping in boot camp time and time again in Sandhawk, but the respect given to the teams not jumping in to Sandhawk. They know that that is the place that Bigatron is, and Bellatron is, and they don't want to jump in there. And fortunately, they still made it out alive for Bellatron. But we are now in game number 3. This is Miramar with the flight path. I think we are in Wonder Woman's invisible jet, Sis Jenny. Where is the flight path?
I know, right? I was like, what's happening? But I can't say where's the flight path at all. Maybe it's going towards Porta Para CEO. And again, fun fact from me, Mirama is inspired by a real life city in Mexico or Mexico, how the Asians would say it. But yeah, that's the reason why you have names like Hacienda El Patron, El Azor, El Pozo. Do you want me to show my talents in this language or not? Those or no?
Go.
No need. joking. Well, okay. Beautiful again by Observer. You know what? Yesterday I like what the Observer did. You know, like the PMPL effect, like what he's trying to do now. I totally dig this, man, bro. Give this guy a joystick, bro.
So we do see Alter Ego in this compound. It's being shared by Veldus. Team number 14, Veldus. Which team will engage first, Sis Jenny? Who do you think will engage first?
Hard to say again. Knowing Dion, I think they would do a forced engagement here over in Shumachera. Sorry, I love it when it's Miramar. I can play with all the lingos. I will suddenly go Latino for no reason. When it's actually Mexico, but I'm going Latino. You get it?
But it seems to be Veldus. Veldus will start onto the engagement, but it is Dewa United bringing down one player from Bigatron. So team number 2, right off the bat, Bigatron already eliminated. Two players eliminated. Sis Jenny, Bellatron already down to 50% firepower in just 2.5 minutes.
Wow. Homework, guys. Homework. This is really good homework from the teams. Kudos. And the one that took them down is another Indonesian team, which is Dewa. So really a good job. They are attacking them at their weakness, which means they did not have any guns or their loots was not enough. So that's why they can take it down. They know it's Bigatron. They know it's Beltron. They took it down right immediately then. But then again, to Beltron, do you think they are able to clutch? They can, no problem. The moment Beltron is out of the game, then we can talk. But if they are still in the game, you cannot be so confident that they cannot win chicken. No.
Guys, and I have to believe what you say just because if you guys recall in the group stages, 3 teams tried to take out Bellatron and were unsuccessful. Alright, just take that into consideration. 9 players. 12 players. I'm sorry, where's my math? 12 players trying to eliminate a 4-man team. And they were not successful. So Bellatron Ace definitely has an ace in their pocket. Trust me, this is the game to look out for them.
Ace of spades,
Ace of spades, most likely.
So funny. Okay, anyways, moving again to Chimichera. Nobody has engaged anybody. They are very, very careful. But although Milo's life is on the pink of health, not exactly sure what happened. Probably a little bit of tapping and jumping down from buildings. As of now, you're just gonna scavenge for whatever they can get. Preferable choice of gun in this map is usually, again, similar AR will be in hand, but uniquely for maps in Miramar especially, you will see a lot of them carrying a bolt range sniper or even a DMR. So earlier on, like this player Lean using a VSS. So this is actually using a 9mm if I'm wrong. Yes, 9mm bullets. But it's a sniper. And bro, if you know how to use this gun, you could just cross-reference Matoy, Sandhawk, PMPL Season 3. He took down not 1, 2, but the entire team of Dingos, bro, with the VSS in hand. So if you really train hard with this particular gun that I'm talking about, it can do wonders. But then the bullet drop is a bit tricky. It drops in a bit later. But you know what? Let's move into the kill feed. I'm seeing here LNR against Shalalu. I don't know why I feel bad because yes, I am from Singapore. I do want to see Singapore team shine too. But unfortunately today, it's not in their favor. Already losing one member, it might be they might not get a chance to even revive Meow Lady. Bunny and Grenade and Jana is probably trying to regroup, get back and try to back each other up because you know the next thing that could happen is they will start to push teams. Meow Lady probably was doing a scouting, but being seen by LNR, LNR is only going to get the hints. Hey, they might be going this way, especially if Meow Lady starts to crawl and they can see where Meow Lady is going to go. They will use that as an anchor and they will push Shalalu and it might not be looking pretty well for Shalalu. But then again, Shalalu's strength is Fragus. So it will be quite tricky if LNR were to come in because you will see Jana, you will see Grenade working out. And I'm telling you, their shots are freaking painful. I've seen them bringing down guys over in different tournaments, and it is successfully done, bro. And I'm not surprised if they can execute it right now.
And LNR Luna Nera still looking for that down Meow Lady. So the cat lady is slowly crawling to the rest of the teammates, but unfortunately gets punched in the face and sent back into the lobby. No respect shown there by LNR Luna Nera, just taking out the competition with their bare fists. Right? So now they are looking for the rest of Team Shalalu. Signora, probably just to punch them in the face yet again. But we are now looking at DMS 13, team number 4. Again, they are using the vehicles to traverse this expansive area of land. And as we said before in the group stages, Miramar, I have to say, is one of my favorite maps as well, just because that it tends to be a vehicle death trap. Teams using all the vehicles to traverse the terrain just to get into the circle. But of course, with the high elevation, high ground advantage, they are meat to those players sitting on top and sniping down and raining down lead onto those vehicles.
Yes, I do want to see a different, but I'm hearing shots here over towards Dion, and that is Velders. I'm not sure exactly where they are, but two or one of them has been brought back to the lobby. Another one goes down, and this is by Onyx. Again, I think this is a third party effect. They see one another and then they start to kill one another. This is again in Chumacera. I'm not sure why there was a third party in fact. These two was battling out with one another. Only 1v1 right now. Has to go and meet up with FIPA, if I'm not mistaken. And the life, I would say FIPA is on a disadvantage, super low right now. Just tossing in the grenade will happen. Will it happen? The Moroto, oh my god, nice timing, bro. Nice timing, sis, sorry. Nice, oh, relax. Guy already back to the lobby. I think not happy, this one very angry. You know why? Because 3 of them down already. This is not toxic, but it will happen, especially if you're the IGL. Like, 3 men down. I'm nearly going to go back to the lobby. So when they manage to get out of that feeling, they are happy. So how to express happiness? They show it by shooting at the boxes. Okay, guys?
And I want to point out that Alter Ego, they were eliminated first in Miramar. And this is a stark contrast comparing it to the group stages where they actually got the chicken dinner when they played in Miramar. So it's very, very distinct changes here in terms of map control for both teams. So Alter Ego back to the drawing board.
Well said, Toast. Well said. Agreed on that. Yesterday it was a different gameplay in Miramar. But maybe again, these teams probably they have their ways to get kills after that because we have seen Dion how they perform also. And you'll definitely get to see that again. Onyx this time round getting again towards Velnetna. Onyx on top of the roof, being a bit tactical, but he has to be wary of the other person that is Bam Bam behind, but Onyx is taking advantage of things, and you know what? Wipe out 4 kills in hand for Onyx. Definitely a different game today. We are seeing them more aggressive than yesterday. Probably awakening for them, and this is exactly what I was talking about the very first time when we first started the matches on how the strategy might change here. Earlier on, I wanted to talk a little bit about Sabrina. Honestly, guys, Miramar is a match most of the time Philippines team are very good at. They are smart in this map, and only being the representative for Philippines is Sabrina. I do want to see them shine somehow in their map. This is not claimed by, but it is facts. No. But right now, we are seeing a Malaysia versus SG. This is very cool because you always see that. But apparently, Shalalu will make their way, not going to engage. Again, this is, they need to get this done, hook or by crook. If they keep on getting, early elimination or not even getting kills, they know it's not going to be looking good on them at all. In the scoreboard, it's right now, they are actually number 15 or 16. It's a draw between two teams. They have 1-1 each. It's a tie. So I hope they can get some points out of this map for...
Oh no! I believe that was Grenade, sis Jenny! That was a suicide run by Grenade. So unfortunately, Shalalu Signora down to 2 members. I'm not sure what happened there, but it's down to just 2 members. Shalalo Signora. Definitely not. They don't want to be in this position so early on in this game. Very, very unfortunate for them.
Oh man.
Yep.
I saw that happening in my screams, like in Miramar particularly. I look at PPG, they are coming in, they will push. I will get back to whatever I just said earlier. Yeah, look at that. The vehicles are coming, they are doing the circulation, and the only thing that Shalalu can do right now is keep their steps in. But I think PPG might just nail this down. They're just doing the scouting, making sure they are not here. Not sure if they are going to stay here for now. Over in San Martin, the outskirts of San Martin. I hope they will leave them alone. At least let them survive for a passive gaming. But again, this is a tournament. We cannot do that. If there's a chance to kill, obviously you do want to kill. But PPG very carefully trying to learn. They don't want to, come into this compound when they have this time to even come into the center. So I don't think they, if they are, IGL says let's go, they will go, and true enough, they will go, leaving Shalalu to breathe, at least right now. I wanted to say earlier was, those things happened before in Miramar, where you get this vehicle glitch. So when you drive around Miramar, traverse around it, you have to be careful because that accident will happen where it will not get any smokes at all. The moment your vehicle start to topple, and then you will die immediately. I seen the same thing happen before, so you have to be careful with vehicles in Miramar. After the update, it was much more realistic, because if you were to think of it in the real life, any accidents that will happen out here, I mean in the real life, you will die, so they are replicating the same thing. So really be careful with your driving skills in Miramar, especially.
Yeah, so very, very unfortunate that she died to a glitch, or rather a visual glitch. So Team Shalalu will have to pick their fights, I would say. Have to pick their fights. And I just want to point out that Team Onyx, like you mentioned, right? They didn't do very well early on, and they really actually suffered when they played in Miramar in the group stages. But we're seeing a totally different unit here, as we see Dewa United taken out by DMS 13. DMS 13 taking out the full squad of Dewa United. They only took 2 casualties with them, but that's alright. They will go for that pickup, but 4 kills registered for DMS 13. So Onyx is still in here, and will we see a role reversal between Onyx and Alter Ego? Because like I mentioned, Alter Ego, they were champions in Miramar, but they were the first to be eliminated here today in the finals. But Onyx, they were eliminated quickly in the group stages, and they're still in here. 13 teams still remaining, 46 players still alive, as we see Bunny taking the bus, the Volkswagen bus. I like to christen this as the Volkswagen bus. It is something like the VW T1 panel bus that we have here in real life. So Onyx, we're looking at Onyx right now, just trying to get a bit of high elevation, just making sure that they are in perfect control of their surroundings. They do have one airdrop right in front of them as JT, probably just quick scoping to see if anyone probably just jumping in to that airdrop to give some much needed intel. But it does not seem like there will be any team nearby Onyx at this point of time. They are in dead center of the circle, and they are in a perfect position to gatekeep teams like Luna Nera, Valdez, as well as FGID. So Sis Jenny, BTR, quite silent here. 2 players only, as well as Team Shalalu Signora. Both teams... Wait, I'm not seeing Shalalu anywhere. Were they eliminated though, Sis Jenny?
I think they are using the blue zone. Yep, they are not eliminated. They are just
they're
using
up.
another rotation. Yep, they are using another rotation to come in. But I want to mention about DMS female. They took down Dewa right earlier on. They are actually on the scoreboard between 15 and 16. The 2 teams that I was saying. But now they have 4 kills. So again, this is like what I said earlier. Some teams they just warm up. And this is a great execution of just warming up, because after warming up, not only they get probably a good placement point, but they already clutch a team. So that is a very good standoff between the fight earlier. Now let's move into Team 10, who is seeing DMS from. Actually, DMS is very much near them. They are targeting someone from across. And now we are going to see these two fights between Team 10 and Team 4. And there is going to be a third party anytime soon. Because you can see in the mini map, teams are just between at least 100 meters apart. And this is very near. They can just turn to snipe. And Miramar, you can see anybody wants to scope in. And guys, going into the kill feed, a lot of things that is happening, but we're just going to focus on this particular fight here between DMS, Panda team, and also RVG Team 10, who has the vantage point right here, parking nicely on the Mesa, or even the shoulder or the ledges of this particular hillside, or near. I'm not sure exactly where we are. Probably this is La Bandita, near the saddle. You can see the mini-map. There is a saddle in the middle there, which is a good cover. RVG is trying to take down BTR. The shots were going on slendering towards that side, actually, not towards DMS. They are keeping quiet for now, and they have a good compound to keep in a building. They will not be seen. They will just keep quiet for a moment, because guys, this is only the fourth circle. This is not the time where you want to die. You want to die after probably after top 10, like, you know, number 8, number 9 is a beautiful time to die. At least you get 1 point each. But right now, teams that will die off because of engagement, it will be quite grave, because points will be the question here. They want to get points. That's the target of the entire tournament.
I like how you put a positive spin on dying, sis Jenny. It's best to die in the 8 and 9 spot. I like that. I like that. But we're now looking at Victim Reapers. They are still looking for that first frag, and it could come in the form of a death from Luna Nera, but does not register any damage from his weapon. So Luna Nera is still quite safe on that ridge line. So Victim Reapers Roses will get picked up here. We still have 12 teams still in the game, with just the fourth circle starting to close in. 18 to 19 minutes already has elapsed, and Valdez only has 2 players. Earn has been knocked down by Victim Reapers, and Victim Reapers, they're doing very, very well, but I'm not sure if we did catch, but Bunny from Shalalu has been eliminated. So Roses, just planting a few roses there on the body of that last player, burning it to the ground. Monochrome has been knocked out. I believe that was from the safe zone. So Monochrome, they were the champions for their group in Miramar. They're still in here, but I believe they are quite low on bodies, right? Same as Team BTR, as well as I believe now Shalalu has already been eliminated. We don't see them on the minimap anymore. I believe Bunny was the last sole survivor for Shalalu, and unfortunately they have been sent back into the lobby. So not a lot of points received for Miramar, and if they want to continue on to be climbing up the leaderboard, they have to come back really, really strong in game 4 as well as game 5, because teams that are consistent will be in the top 5, I would say. But teams that are not consistent, on the other hand, they'll definitely need a miracle to bring their position up to the top 3 to 4 places. RPG knocks down Dr. Sir Cloud. Far, I believe, has been knocked down on the side of Sir Cloud, and this is where all the gunfight is happening right this Jenny. A lot of teams going for the kill. Baby La gets down 1. I think that was a 2-piece. I'm not sure if that they managed to get that knockdown in the end, but a lot of damage being dealt there by Baby La. So we are now back to Dr. Sir Cloud. Bybel currently just finding her way up onto this ridgeline. Onyx, sis Jenny. Onyx on a roll. What do you say? How do you think they have improved since the group stages?
Onyx is just in the circle right now. They are not doing anything. If you realize, they're not contacting. They're letting the entire cluster on the east side to fight. But let's look into what PPG is doing. Similarly to yesterday, replicating what they did yesterday, but this time a little bit different. They are on by foot. It is quite vulnerable, but at the same time, pretty smart for them to do so because there's a lot of fight that is happening here. That's the reason why maybe they chose the same route in to get themselves covered from the fight, but put again not in the lucky. Being spotted first, going down, probably might not get a revive at all. But all the PPG girls are running individually. They have spread out, opening up. Miko coming in for that grand steal. What a beautiful way to do that. Baby Bell backing up from the side. But now it's Baby Bell, Baby La. Which baby will win? Aya! It is actually not Baby Bell. It is Baby La. So Baby La giving the contributions of the gunshots, but actually Baby Bell died with a grenade by the other team that was coming in. Is actually Sabrina, the one that I've been talking about to come out for the Philippines. This is your map. You performed very well in this map. But initially, I wanted to say to you guys, in the mini-map, VTM wanted to execute the similar concept in Sandhawk. They were they perched on top of the two pinnacles before the last circle came in. So they wanted to do the same thing. They knew it worked. And like I said, some of these teams, when they have the algorithm, they have the momentum. I just won a chicken dinner. I won again. And this is why we are seeing Victim Reaper doing the same thing. Parking on top of the vantage point. Onyx is doing the similar mindset, similar meta here, getting onto the vantage point, getting onto the butt and the mesa and the pinnacle. Anything that they can see that is on the vantage, they will make use of it, and they will try to bring down people as we speak.
Onyx is still in this position. I have to continuously point that out, but Victim Reaper taking names, taking souls, taking Luna Nera back into the lobby. One player already eliminated, one player knocked down, and they do have one player right next to them who I believe has already been knocked down as well, and it's still just clean for Victim Reapers. 3 kills already registering on their kill feed, and Victim Reapers, they've not done too bad for themselves in terms of kills, but they are very high up in terms of placement. Other teams still in here are teams like Sabrina, teams you mentioned, Sabrina, Queens of Miramar. They're doing very well for themselves. We haven't seen them pop off in the first 2 games, but looks like this is a resurgence for Team Sabrina Estiria. Team Bigatron, they are down to just 2 players since the early start of the map. So they are still holding on by the skin of their teeth, but Playzone will take down Zula from Luna Nera. Luna Nera has been eliminated. We still have 4 teams in here, 13 players still alive. 2 of them is Team Bellatron. It is Babyla as well as Dust. We've seen both players the 2 remaining players for Bellatron, and it is still Baby La as well as Dust, and we've seen how well they work with each other in the group stages, as we see Victim Reaper, Estiria from Sabrina, VTR as well as Onyx. All 4 members still alive. So Onyx game, this is really Onyx game to lose here if they do not engage properly. And the Godzilla coming back to its mama as Baby La tries to pop off onto Sabrina. Does not register any of the damage. Dust, where is Dust? He's probably some much needed backup, but he's trying to go for Onyx instead of focusing on Team Sabrina. It's gonna be quite a hectic last few rounds. 6 kills already for Bellatron, as we still have 4 members. No teams eliminated just that. Look at that Godzilla running for its mummy. Onyx still jumping in, and 1 player is jumping in on to BTR Bellatron. Estiria, they might go for this wraparound. Sis Jenny, which team will come out on top?
How careful BTR is. You see how they get into the circle. It's something that you have to take down in your notes, like the pointers. Not just you, the players, even myself. How they get in nicely, successfully doing it. But Sabrina is not giving a damn about it. Not gonna give face. They're gonna push. Because that is what exactly that is happening. They're pushing together, guys. Pushing together. But Victim Reaper did not manage to get the vantage point. Onyx is trying to say to them, go away. You got your Sandhawk. We won our Miramar. And it is successfully happening. But on the kill feed, I think Babyla has been spotted, if I'm not wrong, or it might be a different player from BTR. Currently is knocked Sabrina, all they got to do is push in nicely. And sure enough, I think the entire BTR no more for position. Sabrina, still 4 ladies alive. We might just see a Philippines winning right now in their map. This is Mirama's Philippines map. But again, Onyx is still alive, guys. So they got to go and figure it out. They got to do a third party right now. Onyx, vulnerability high. Victim still able to climb up, escalate into the vantage point, using the shoulders nicely, getting, you see the cover that they planted, they're using it very well with the Regis, but the last bullet hit straight onto that, through the smoke, just using the game instinct, and boom, bullseye went straight to the head. Now, we are looking into 2 teams. And suddenly I'm seeing that Sabrina is being somehow contacted. 2 of them were in the red of health. But Onyx is still trying to reply it back.
17 kills so far for Onyx. Is down to just 4v4 at this point of time. Sabrina Esteria with still 4 members alive. I'm not sure how many kills they've got, but Onyx does have 17, and Onyx just knocks down Sticks from Team Esteria, and it's 2 members down. But Onyx, they have real down as well, and it's Onyx game to win here. 2v3 at this point of time. Esteria, Mystery will pick up Sticks, and Mystery just very, very low on health. Rara still low on health also as well, but Onyx secures the win. They'll be your chicken dinner winners for game number 3. Amazing, amazing run by Onyx. Team Sabrina, they've gone the distance, but unfortunately at that final hurdle gets tripped up by Onyx. They'll take 2nd place. Victim Reapers in 3rd. BTR in 4th. Luna Nera in the top 5. DMS 13 in 6th. Dr. Sir Cloud taking that 7th spot. RVG taking both 8th and 9th. FGID in 10th. Velders Gaming in 11th. Monochrome Lit in 12th. Shalalu Senora in 13th. Dewa United in 14th. Velders yet again in 15th. And last but not least, Alter Ego in 16th position. Sis Jenny, I think you're probably speechless as I am, because Onyx, like I mentioned, Onyx in the group stages, first team to be eliminated. In the finals, first team in Miramar. Let's talk about that.
Wow. You know, when I analyze games, I see what they're doing, and then just now, earlier on, when what we saw the very last few, I hope you will get it in the highlight so you know what I'm talking about. Sabrina was already down with they lost 1 person. I mean, they were 4 of them were still alive. They were doing a third party. Nobody was engaging them from the back, but Onyx kind of like deployed their ladies 2-2. Actually it's 3-1. So 1 of them were trying to kill Victim Reaper and managed to do that. So 3 of them were trying to disturb Sabrina's rotation. So 1 of them already being sacrificed, and then another one got knocked, and then another one got knocked. So it was just a 1v, I don't know how many. But if you recall, in the last few seconds, there was this one cheeky Onyx lady came out, tap, 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 tap at the vehicle. That was a bait. That was a bait. Again, it was another thinking under pressure, and like okay, yeah, left with 1. I'm gonna do the bait. So yes, true enough, that player, that Onyx player, step out of the smoke. Just stood there, didn't even jiggle, if you realize. Just stood there with the DMR tap, 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 tap. And this Sabrina player was like, stop it! Come out, try to shoot, got a spray by another person. My God, that is godlike, bro. I cannot brain this. I need some time to think. I need coffee. I need everything, because this is, again, another mind-playing games by the Indonesian team.
All right, so let's get Sis Jenny her coffee. We'll be right back with the results after game 3.